Yes, guys, we got PHAROA be reaching. We got Big Bouncer. Boy, it's going off, bro. You know what, yeah? Shout out to PHAROA be reaching, bro. He's another content creator. Guys, if you're not aware of who PHAROA be reaching is, he's like similar to like myself, comes on, gives reactions. Very good at speaking, you know what I'm saying? Very good with his words, and he can hold a crowd. So go over there and check out his YouTube channel, man. PHAROA be reaching, go check him out. What I'm going to say about this situation is PHAROA is right, yeah? Because I'll give you a backstory. Bouncer came out a week ago or so with a video saying that he ain't going to talk about Young Spray and all these guys no more. But not only did he say that, he put it on the faith. Now, I'm Muslim, and he swore on the Holy Quran, yeah, that he was never going to talk about Young Spray and him again. And then lo and behold, a couple videos came out after that of him going back at Young Spray. Now, I didn't make a video at the time, but it irked me. I'm not going to lie, it irked me, yeah. But I didn't make a video at the time because I thought that, you know what? They could have been recorded in previous. They could be previous recordings before he said it. That's the first thing that came into my head. Now, I don't know why PHAROA never thought that. He probably did. But, it's content and we're going to do what we're going to do. You get me? So basically, yeah, Bouncer swore on the faith he's not going to talk about spraying them. He's ended up releasing a video talking about them. Now, PHAROA has released a video basically calling Bouncer out and put the Holy Quran in his thumbnail, saying that Bouncer, I'm going to put it on my screen, look to my left, you'll see it, saying that Bouncer basically lied on his faith and put the Holy Quran there and all of that. Now, was that disrespectful? Maybe. Was him calling Bouncer out disrespectful and wrong? No, it weren't. He's totally within his right. Because at the end of the day, when Bouncer said that he's never going to talk about spraying them again and swore on the Holy Quran, he should have told us that, by the way, guys, you're going to see videos come out of me still talking about them, but they're pre-recorded. Get in the comments and let me know if I'm right or am I wrong. He should have stated that because he knows what time it is when he puts things up, and he knows how the content space is. People are going to jump on things as soon as they see it. Some people ain't going to do their due diligence. Some people ain't going to do their background checks, and they're just going to jump on content. Now, I'm not saying that's what PHAROA's done, because he hasn't. He was well within his rights to say and do what he done. Maybe putting a Quran in the thumbnail was a bit disrespectful. He's not Muslim. That was a bit disrespectful. But his overall message was not. He was right, bro. And yes, fair enough. Like I said, they might have been recorded previously. Bouncer might have recorded them previously, but he didn't tell that to the people. So we are going to think that you're going back on what you said. And not only that, you put it on the faith. So that is like a big, big, big disrespect. And if anything, Muslim brothers should be mad at Bouncer, not mad at PHAROA for calling him out. But let's get into this anyway, man. Let's go.
We got Bouncer on the chopping block. Feel me? I'm not biased. So when a man needs to get spoken to, a man needs to get spoken to. You've been doing all the good, doing all the goodness. You get me? I see you, Bouncer, like trying to... But bro, you swore on the Holy Quran. You said wallahi on the Quran. I'm never going to speak about them again. Even if he got my baby mum, my biggest up, everything, I would never speak on RTM, Young Spray, them man again.
I'm not going to lie, brother. You need to change that background music, bro. It's mad. But bro, nothing he said is wrong, Everything he just said is right. And trust me, he's well within his rights, bro, to come out and call Bouncer out for what he just said. Because if anything, I thought a brother would have came and called him out about it before my man. But obviously it is what it is. But like I said, PHAROA's got every right to say what he said, because everything he just said is true. And Bouncer can't wrong him, because like I said, bro, Bouncer never came out and said, I've got pre-recorded episodes, so if you're hearing them, I'm not going back on what I said. They're pre-recorded. He didn't say that. So PHAROA's got every right to say and think what he thinks. And aside from that, yeah, put it in this way, bro. Imagine Spray done that. Imagine Spray came out and said, wallahi, on the Holy Quran, I'm never going to talk about Bouncer again. And then 2 days later, he comes out talking about Bouncer. What is the first thing you think Bouncer would do? I'll wait, and I'm still waiting. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what is the first thing you think Bouncer would do, bro? Maybe, like I said, putting the Quran in the thumbnail. Maybe that was his only L. But everything else, like I said, is facts, and he's got the right to think and say what he said in it. But let's keep going.
But let's run the clip and get on to him on the other side.
I've got a podcast coming out on Sunday. I've got clips coming out throughout the week. Obviously, you know how podcasts are. You record it the week before it comes out the next week. You see, today, this here, and I'm going to let you guys know, wallahi, on the Holy Quran, yeah? This is how serious I am. This video is the last video I ever make for Young Spray. Like, ever make for Young Spray.
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you a hadith, yeah? And I'm not 100, don't quote me on the exact details, but the overall message is the message. Do you know what I mean? And first thing first as well, I don't really like debating religion and all that type of stuff because you tend to go down a whole rabbit hole, yeah? And I don't force religion on anybody, bro. But what I will say, yeah, is to Bouncer this is, yeah, there's a hadith in the Quran where the Jews tricked the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They tricked him, and he told the Jews, you can't fish on a Friday, yeah? You can't fish on a Friday. That's Allah's day. You can't do it on a Friday, but any other day, you guys can go and cast your net and you can fish. So do you know what the Jews done to deceive the Prophet and to deceive Allah? They put their net down on Thursday, yeah? And then on Saturday, they came and picked it up. So they could say that we didn't fish on Friday, but you tricked Allah. You deceived Allah by saying you weren't fishing on Friday, but you still had your net casted from Thursday. So really and truly, you were still fishing on Friday. It's the similar thing what you done, Bouncer. You said you were never going to speak on these man again, and then you still released content speaking about them. But then now you're trying to stand behind, I pre-recorded it. It don't matter. If you said you weren't going to speak about them, you should have, everything pertaining to them should have been erased. Should never have been released. Because you're still going back on what you said. Do you understand, bro? And that's a fact. And like I said, I might have not got the whole story word for word, but what I'm saying, you know, what I'm saying is correct, bro. So it's not fair, bro, that you're coming out and trying to call PHAROA out when he ain't done nothing wrong, bro. He's only called you out for what you done, bro. And it's a recurring theme. It's like when someone does something, you try and throw it straight back at them when they're not in the wrong, bro. Respectfully, bro. But let's keep going, bro. We're going to get into what Bouncer had to say about PHAROA. And then obviously we're going to come back, man. Let's go.
I want to send a message to, is it PHAROA and Stillard? I see this space is a space. See, when we go into 2026, what I realized with this space, the space is built on building a unity, a community. So you see me and Clue, we went back and forth and then we're cool. We're cool now. We won't go back and forth again. You see, there's people like Pinky Notes, there's Josco, there's Chinks, and Kid, China, you name it. And I feel like everyone's doing their things, but I feel like everyone coming together more, creating that unity, it will help more traction and grow each other's brand.
First things first, guys, yeah? The aim of this whole thing, right? And for us to relay things to our audience in the correct way, yeah? We've got to be unbiased. Now, if you've watched my channel, you see that I've made videos going at Bouncer. I've made videos agreeing with Bouncer. It's just what the situation is at the time. Even if I don't like the person, if they're right, bro. I'm not going to sit here and just because I don't like someone, say they're wrong in a situation when they're right. Do you get what I'm saying? Same thing tomorrow. If PHAROA was in the wrong, I'd be making a video saying PHAROA's in the wrong. So that's the whole thing with this. We're meant to be unbiased. But by what Bouncer just said, yeah, about this space and all of us being in it and all of us growing our platforms, he's so selective with that, bro. Because number one, you didn't even say Stuller's name right. Twice you've done that. The last video you made, you didn't even give him the respect to saying his name. And we are the smaller content creators. So if you're saying what you're saying, You're choosing, bro. Like, you pick and choose. The only time you call out a small content creator is when you're doing something like this. When you're trying to big brother him or little man him, or do you get what I'm saying? Or call him out for something. It will never just be for something positive, bro. So you're very selective like that. When you call a name out in something positive, it's always a big name like Clue or Tanks, or do you know one of them, man? I know you're beefing with Tanks now, but do you get what I'm saying? It's always like a big name. You'll never reach down and shout out any of us, man. Which man ain't begging you shout out. I'm just saying what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? And how it comes across, bro. So you're saying all this, it's a good story, bro. It's a very, very good story, but it just don't come to fruition, bro, because what you're saying and what you're doing is two different things, bro. I don't know if your audience is being real with you and telling you this, or if they're just licking ass. I don't know, bro. But why can you not see that, brother? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Let's keep going.
You see me saying, oh yeah, I'm not going to speak about someone, and I highlight in one of the videos, this. It means that all the videos that has been recorded from before, and I don't know if you want me to prove when they got recorded, before I said that, they've all gone out. It's all done. Now, I don't think, obviously, look, you do what you want to do. It doesn't matter to me. I know the space. I know where man's going. I know what it takes. Get me? And I know when you're a part of the space, when you're doing something and you're not accepted in the space, it's always going to be much harder, or you always going to happen is you're just going to turn into a hater. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying any of you lot are haters. I'm just sharing some advice to the younger generation.
Bouncer, you definitely keep a 48 Laws of Power book in your pocket, bro. I genuinely believe that. I swear you walk around with that book and you're, yeah. But bro, you see, like, it's so clever what you're doing, because you're very clever with your words, brother, and you're very clever with your pursuit on how you attack a situation. Even when you're in the wrong, you somehow make it out like you're in the right. But on top of being in the right, you make out like you're trying to teach man something at the same time, when what you're saying has no relevance to the situation, bro, because what you done, you spoke on something, said you weren't going to do something, put it on the Quran, and then still let the footage come out. You shouldn't have let the footage come out. Bottom line, bro, regardless of whether you pre-recorded it, it don't matter. If you say you ain't going to talk about someone, you should have deleted that footage as well. Get in the comments and let me know if I'm right or am I wrong. You understand? You're still going back on your word, bro. And deep down, you know that's right. And I know you know that, bro. Because number one, you're a Muslim. And number one, I know you read the Quran, bro. So you know that you're in the wrong, brother. But like I said, you're trying to be clever and make out like you're in the right, but at the same time, come across like you're doing the good deed. Bad work, bro. It's bad work. Still, I'm not going to lie. It's bad work. It's bad work. Get in the comments and let me know. It's very deceitful, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Very deceitful and very disrespectful to PHAROA, bro. Do you know what I mean, bro? But let's keep going.
You see everything that you see man doing, don't pray on man's downfall, bro. Like that's it. You don't need to say, oh, Bouncer swore on the Holy Quran, then you're putting the Quran on as a thumbnail. Bro, there's other Muslims, there's other people that is gonna take offense to it.
You see what I mean? Very clever, bro. Like, just by what he said there, other Muslims are gonna have a problem with it. I ain't seen no other Muslim have a problem with it. Yeah, maybe he shouldn't have put the Quran in the thumbnail, but like I said, he was right. He ain't wrong. Do you know what I mean? And by you saying, you see what I'm going to do this year, don't turn into a hater. That's very clever again, bro, because you're trying to throw the hater jacket on him. Like, you're throwing that word in there when nothing that he done is haterish. He ain't a hater. And yeah, if you do say, I'm not going to do this and then do it, of course people are going to call you out for it, bruv. So you're really going to sit there and try and tell people that if I do something wrong, don't call me out. But in what universe does that flow? Tell me, like, get in the comments and you guys tell me, does that work in your universe, bro? Can people just do shit wrong and then just not hold accountability for it, bro? Do you know what I mean? Bouncer, man, sometimes I know you can take accountability, bro, but you're definitely not taking accountability for this. And what you done is a serious thing, bro. Swearing on the Quran and breaking that oath is a very, very serious thing. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? And you know that. For the fact of you trying to come out and smooth it over is a bigger issue. You should have just, acknowledge what he said. Maybe, yeah, call him out for the thumbnail, but his message is right, bro. He's right what he said. And anyone who says he ain't, they're not watching what we're watching, bro. And plus, yeah, you're monetizing off the deen. You're using words out of the Quran and you're making money off it. Do you know what I mean? So you're also using the deen for your own monetary gain, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't call anyone out about anything to do with the deen, bro. Do you know what I mean? But guys, man, let me know what you think about the situation, bro. Let me know if you think Bouncer's in the wrong, if you think PHAROA's in the wrong. You already know my opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm on PHAROA's. I agree with PHAROA on this one. Bouncer is in the wrong, bro. But you guys let me know, man. Get in the comments, man. You already know what time it is, man. Oh, and by the way, shout out to PHAROA, by the way, and shout out to Bouncer. You already know. We're unbiased in this thing. Whoever's in the wrong, I'm going to say they're in the wrong. If you're in the right, you're in the right, innit? It is what it is. I've got no, I ain't got a dog in the fight. You get me? But I'm just saying what I see in it. But you already know, man. Spill TV, lock in or get locked out. Don't sleep on me.